Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Scry Syndrome TV podcast, episode 70. We're on another anniversary, baby. I'm Ben Gilman. As always, I am joined by Troy Salmon.
Hello.
And we need to apologize, Troy, to Tara because today is Singapore's we left the fucking dirty English settlers behind. Fuck you, England, for conquering us. Yeah,
it's tomorrow.
Well, when we record this, so it's middle fingers to England as always, that dirty country of ours. We always have to apologise for everything. We are sorry. Zaza, how are you?
Oh my god. What's that good?
How are all you guys doing?
Oh yeah, I'm doing good today.
Yep.
You know, a bit tired, but literally I keep waking up early. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
I know how you feel. I have not done much this week, but I'm just knackered for some reason. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm too tired to watch anything. I watched the Endless and finished Fear Street every week.
Oh, is it?
The Endless is quite a good horror movie. It's on E4 at the moment. It's definitely like 5 more days. Go watch it. Really good. Really good horror movie. Not a horror movie, just a really good thriller.
No, I'll check it out. It sounds good anyway. I was gonna watch it, but I never got around to watching it.
And I've reshaved my head as well, so now I look like a prison convict. My Mohicans are up.
This guy looks like he'd be in a movie somewhere. I don't know, from a sci-fi movie or something.
Yeah, but I like my Mohican. Everyone else is giving it the thumbs down this week, so I don't care. It's my hair. When I move to Japan, I will not be able to have this hair, so I need to do it now for the next 2.5 years.
Oh, you still can.
Well, yeah, but you wouldn't be able to get a decent job with this haircut, so that's the plan.
I don't know about that.
But anyway, who wants to go first? Tara, you're going to go first today.
Okay.
What are you going to talk about?
Okay. Give me a second. This thing's slowing. I'm actually going to talk about a South Korean series called Sweet Home on Netflix. I think this is something that you guys know. Yeah.
It's on my list.
Yeah, it's not a typical Korean love romance drama. It's about an apocalyptic setting in South Korea where there is a new disease, a plague, where people turn into monsters.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say a bunch of Asian names, right? Okay, so the story actually begins with a guy called Hyun-soo. He's actually really depressed because he's been bullied really badly at school, and the father never stood up for him because the bully's parents are actually the dad's employers. So when he did stood up to the bullies, the dad lost his job, and the whole family literally like satanized him and hated him. And one day when they went on a family trip to mend the bonds, Hyun-soo actually wished that his family dies because they were so mean to him. So the car actually got into an accident. His whole family dies, but he survives. So at this point in time, where the series begins, because that was actually a flashback, so the series actually begins with Hyun-soo being very depressed and moving into an old slum and abandoned building. And literally, this building is a slum and full of weird people. And he's actually planning to spend his final days there to commit suicide. So he actually started looking up, ways to commit suicide and ways to die.
Yeah.
But so one day he actually comes home late and he ordered a lot of ramen or ramyeon, which is the Korean ramen. And he realized that his parcel has been opened and he saw a woman holding the head of a dead cat in the next unit. So he actually wanted to check it out, and then he realized that, in Asia we have those little cameras on the doors to see who's outside. Yeah, she turned into a monster right outside his door, and that's when he decided to stay locked in. And meanwhile, the other residents were also dealing with a monster. So this is when a lockdown actually begins, and the residents actually work to shut the whole building down because they cannot go outside. There are monsters killing people outside, and these are not regular monsters. They're really random monsters, antenna, or, tentacles coming out with that thingy, like the Davy Jones, octopus, all the weird stuff. And there's a hairy monster as well. Okay, so he's actually joined by other characters like Jisoo. She's in a band, and another priest. and an old guy who was a former militant. So all of them actually, in this series, actually most of the tenants, they come from like, different backgrounds and all. Like there's a chick in the band, and then there's a priest, and then there's an old guy who was an ex-militant who actually like, helps them make weapons. And there's this woman who's a firefighter as well, who actually goes into the basement to like, try to find a way out, help people find a way out. And there's an asshole who owns a convenience store who hoards all the food supply for himself. And yeah, there's all kinds of people. So literally throughout this entire series, they're actually trapped in the building and trying to find a way out for safety. But when they turn on the news broadcast, so the president of South Korea is there and makes an emergency declaration to everyone because he himself turned into a monster. Yeah, and the military gets involved. And towards the end of the series, people slowly start turning because this disease, I wouldn't say it's airborne or anything. Like it comes when someone starts bleeding profusely from their nose and hyperventilating. So this disease actually comes like, if someone has the will to survive and live. So that's when they contract the disease and turn into a monster. So throughout the series, some of the people, the tenants in the building end up turning into monsters. And for Hyun-soo, he actually can turn into a monster, but he is the only one who can revert back to human. And he is one of the very few, people with that genetic to revert back to human. So that is one of the reasons why he survived, and one of the reasons why, the military and the government officials would be after him for that particular gene to be able to cure this, monstrous disease. So in the end, I think actually some of them towards the end of the series, like some of them, some people die in the process, but they managed to escape through the basement with Hyun-soo in his monster form helping them out. So the rest actually made it to safety on a military truck, while Hyun-soo is actually left behind. And I do believe they'll be searching for him for, that cure. And that is how season 1 ends. So I definitely recommend this show because it's not a typical Korean love drama. It's actually really, really good. And everything is like, done so well.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you all much.
This is one of the non-Korean shows that doesn't have lovey,
No,
sexy young people trying to kiss each other. I mean, that's all Netflix picks up anyway. I mean, I've always said on this podcast, Japan always has the best, out of all the Asian countries, they have the most variety in their shows on Netflix compared to China or Korea, where it's just love you. It's like really boring.
Yeah, Korea got a lot of those.
Yeah, this one isn't though. There's a lot of monsters, all kinds of monsters you can even find, and it's very interesting.
Their movies are really good. Their movies are really good. So, and a lot of their TV shows are really good. It's just a shame Netflix is only picking up the romantic stuff and commissioning romantic stuff. I know there's a lot of good Korean TV that Netflix just for some reason will not bring over here.
Yeah.
And I would love more Japanese shows. I would love more Korean shows like this because, like, it would be nice. I'm sick of romance shows, man. It's boring. You wait 50. Korean TV is also really, really long, 100 episodes just to get them together. It's like, no. I prefer punchy 10 episodes, but I'm British. But
I mean, yeah, that's kind of an Asian style. Like they have one canon pairing all the way, and it takes so long for them to get together with so many obstacles in between.
It's so boring.
Yeah. Exactly. But if you compare to Western TV, like, Gossip Girl, Riverdale, they go through this pairing, that pairing, blah, blah,
Those
blah,
shows
blah.
are shit as well, but that's okay.
Exactly,
But
I love those shows. Good shows, man. Good show.
Thing. But no. I've got hot. I saw my family yesterday, and my nieces know what BTS is. So I'm like, oh. I went the Korean band, and they were like, yeah. I'm like, I've never heard anyone but me and Troy and some other friends know Japanese music or Korean music. And I was just like,
okay, you like them, is it?
It's interesting to see Korean music has gone to the kids as well. It's kind of turned a lot of heads Korean culture.
I think BTS actually has a very like wide fan base because I know people
sing in English. That's why they actually make the effort.
Like one time I was actually chatting to a primary school student about BTS and Blackpink while we were playing with the cat at the void deck.
Yeah, those two are the biggest right now in terms of like worldwide appeal. Them two, Blackpink and BTS.
Yeah, and I know people who are 40 over who like them as well. So I think
we're much more handsome than them, Troy. They've had plastic surgery up the ass. Anyway, but basically, yeah, Sweet Home is something that I've had on my list for a while. And since it's a Netflix original, I don't have a time limit to watch it. So it looks good, though.
It's
It
good.
definitely looks like something. Because when Korea does horror, it is brilliant.
There you go. Oh, look, speaking of,
Asia does horror.
I saw Train to Busan the other day. So good.
You saw what?
Train to Busan. So good.
Oh, Train to Busan
I
was
saw it the
really
other day. It was so
yeah.
good. My gosh, that was so good. When she brought up Sweet Home, I was thought myself, I was like, oh my days, that was a great movie.
Yeah, like when it came out, like everyone I knew was watching it, and they're like, "Hey, do you watch Sweet Home?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did." Even my friends here in Singapore, and also like some friends in the UK as well.
Yeah, Sweet Home.
Not to come off your paint, but Busan. I love how the zombies just bounce off the seats.
Oh, those are fast.
That's how zombies do it. They just keep going like unrelenting. And they're not running zombies either. They're like, I think running zombies are much more terrifying than slow zombies, but these guys are in the middle.
Yeah.
My wife thinks slow zombies are scary. They're not. Running zombies are the worst terrifying things ever.
Yeah. If they're running, it's the worst thing ever, bro.
It's worse, but these things are in the middle. So they're fast zombies, but in a small, compact.
Yeah, imagine that closed area on like a train.
And they just bounce off things. It's terrifying.
It is. The fast zombies are really scary. They just come for you. Yeah.
Okay. So how many episodes does Sweet Home have?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, let me just check it out. It has 10 episodes.
It's like they discovered it short.
Yep.
That's good.
That's cool, man. Netflix episode, I like it. I like it, man.
So it's not a Triple H main event. It's just a Brock Lesnar squash. That's great.
Oh my god.
Wrestling things in here. No, that's good. I'm happy to hear that because if you had said 100 episodes, I would have been like, I'm out.
No.
I would have done it. I would have took my time in it, but
anymore. I'm too young.
Okay.
Under the head. If it's a complete show, under 100 episodes is fine.
Yeah.
But I don't have the time to watch these 200 epics now.
Neither do I. Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, so have you got anything else you want to talk about?
Not for the moment, but I do recommend this show. Right.
Sweet Home Alabama. Sweet Home Alabama.
Sweet Home Alabama.
So I'm gonna just go in because this is gonna be a quick one.
Go on, do it.
Defund the BBC. So we have. I know we don't normally talk about sport, but I'm going to talk about the Olympic coverage and the Euro.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Okay, now it's a great thing when the Olympics turn up. But I'm going to talk to Troy. Maybe Tara saw this when she was in the country because she was living in the country when we had tournaments going on. Do you think that there's too much of an emphasis on England, on everything? I would prefer, especially the Olympics, that you concentrate on all the other countries as well. All they do is interview British people. They don't interview any other country. I think it's a bit bullshit. It's the Olympics. They only show sports if the British guys are going to win a medal. I've noticed this. They didn't used to normally do this. Obviously, you could argue the eye players there. But what annoys me is the live coverage. All they do is, if the British people's winning a gold medal, they quickly follow them. They don't bother doing any background detail in the other countries or anything, and like talking to the other athletes in Japan or China or America or anything. So, like they used to do back in the day.
Yeah, it used to be more like coverage wise for everyone, like all the countries, like the go. So how was this run or how was this event, and then they go to them and then it's not as unbiased anymore. Yeah.
So I'm not. So you think there's this national? We are the best country in the world since we left Brexit. I've said this for ages. This country is a very cocky country. I don't like where this country's going. This elitism of we're British and that's all we're going to have in this country. I don't like the way this country's been racist. The Euro showed it. There's this if you're not British, fuck you thing going on in this country, and I don't like it. We're not a great country. We're a horrible little country that invaded everyone. and now we think that we're bigger than we are. We're not. And I just kind of like the coming home thing at the Euros. It was like in every build-up of every game, they were talking about England.
Oh,
Like
that, yeah.
they weren't focusing on if it was Italy versus Spain. They weren't focusing on documentaries exploring Italy and Spain's path
Yeah.
to something. So Harry Kane's playing next. It's like shut the fuck up about England. Concentrate on Italy, Spain. That's your job.
The thing is, the difference is because I don't really watch it on the actual TV itself. I got Eurosport, so I watch most of the Olympics through there. Like I watch all because I'm a big table tennis guy, so I watch the Chinese play. So I'm a massive fan of the table tennis team. Like Cheng Mong, she's like the number one.
That didn't get included on the live feed. You had to
She's
go
amazing.
watch
She's amazing
because it's got no British people in it. They didn't show that. They decided, oh, we'll put it on the iPlayer, which is great, but it would be nice if the BBC live feed would show other things besides British people winning medals.
Yeah,
it's really disrespectful. All the Japanese medals are on iPlayer. They're not featuring any medal winners from Japan or China.
The live coverage is
live feed. That pisses me off.
Yeah,
because obviously we've got iPlayer, so thankfully I can keep everything. There's a delay, but you know, like I just want to know what you thought about it because I am getting a bit sick and tired of the BBC, Doctor Who, like the feminist agenda, like they are box ticking everywhere.
Yeah,
I'm sick and tired of this nationalistic news outcry and everything. I'm just kind of bored of it now.
Yes, it's the worst. That's why I don't watch it on BBC, man. Anything BBC stuff like that. Anything to do with Olympics, I'm like, nah, it's not good.
I think I might just not pay my license fee and just have Netflix coming in the end of the year. I might not pay my license fee. I might just decide to watch Netflix.
License.
Yeah, I pay for Eurosport. As I said before, I pay for Eurosport, so I got all that kind of stuff. Anything to do European sports, I've got it. So I'm chilling. Cause I'm a sports guy. I like watching everything. I watch tennis. I watch badminton. I watch table. I watch all that stuff. Athletics. I watch all that stuff anyway. So through there, so I can just come catch up and watch all that stuff on there, or just catch up and somewhere else. But that's my main place of watching it. So yeah, it's easier for me because that BBC coverage is trash.
But I used to enjoy it, and now they're just I don't know. Like it just feels a bit. I mean, speaking to people, they're going, "Yeah, but it's England." Yeah, but they used to do equal coverage for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, the England team, they never shut about the England team, but it's really noticeable at the Olympics where it got a bit annoying during the Euros because they didn't even really focus on anything about Italy. It was all just England. And it's like, oh my God, shut up about it. Where was the Scotland coverage? Where was the Wales coverage?
Speaking of which, folks in my house are watching Olympics. Yeah, it's the UK versus another country.
So when in Singapore, are they doing coverage on all the teams?
I think they're doing on every team because I'm not really following the Olympics, but the folks in my house are. So yeah, but of course they're writing more news about our own athletes because it's our own athletes.
Yeah, but our country is just literally focusing on British athletes. There's nothing else. They're only zooming in on people in gold medal matches. They're not covering. If there's a chance that there's no medal for England, Great Britain, they're not doing it. They're just literally.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. England versus rap, and the thing is, England would be terrible, like in terms of athletics. Right.
I'm sick of Great Britain, so
I'm gonna be switching to my phone soon.
Okay.
So go on.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of I wanted to bring up the BBC's crap Olympics. Sorry. So there's also away from that. There's a show called Sexy Beasts.
Sexy Beasts.
It's basically a bunch of people. These dating shows are getting out of control now.
Those.
She's seen it. It's basically people dating but in makeup.
Oh, well, my friend actually told me of a British dating show where they kind of like call your exes and stuff and try to mess with you. Yeah, he said that's really bad or something. I can't remember.
I'm sick of them now, to be fair, but I gave this one more of a thing. It is quite funny, but it's just another dating show. I mean, I don't think like dating shows are done now, really. Then it's like You got to date the person's personality with, like, they're the devil or a monkey or a panda. You can't tell who they are. They're just made up in makeup, like proper good-looking artwork, but you don't know who they are. It's just ridiculous. It's just a weird thing for being weird, and then you see them having, like, in Soho or something, having a nice cocktail, or like wherever it's set in America, have like a conversation at a bar, and everyone around them is looking at them like, "What the fuck is that in the corner?" Like, it's just stupid. I mean, dating shows are out of control. I don't know what they're like in Singapore, but me and Troy will tell you, there's too many dating shows in this country now.
Too much, man. Too much to say, man. Too much.
And Netflix is doing too many of them now.
Dating shows.
They're doing too many.
No, I think we have all kinds of shows.
Love at First Sight. That one where you have to
talk
to someone. I'm totally in love with them after 3 days. I've only spoken to you for a walk. Let's get married.
We have all kinds of shows because people are bored of the pandemic, so there's all kinds of shows popping up.
It is actors. These are not real people. Real people do not fall in love within 3 days of meeting someone over through a wall. It's all fake. It's like Terrace House, like we spoke about. It's all acted bullshit. I don't know why people keep watching it. So I'm throwing fire at this week. This is like a very quick fuck you to Netflix and the BBC. Sort your shit out. Middle finger. You can't see it. Troy, please bring some positivity back to this podcast.
It's a mess. Oh man. But yeah, but it's just have you finished? Or are you still going?
Yeah, I'm done, bro. That's all I want to talk about this week is
them TV shows are them love shows
horrendous. And the BBC's nationalistic bullshit on we're Britain, we're great, we're not. Stop it. Show equal to everyone. That's your job.
Yeah, we actually not. We did horrible this year. So
especially the Euros, bro. I got so sick of morons chanting it's coming home. I knew we would lose to Italy. And every time England won, I was annoyed. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, you knew it was going to make it worse. Each time they won, they made it worse. You're like, oh,
people were stupid. We're not going to do shit at the World Cup. We're going to get knocked out in the group stage, bruv.
Yeah, we are not going past the group stage. There's no
we got lucky again. We played shit teams again. That's all we do is play shit teams.
That's how they give us hope. They're like, yeah, we're going to beat these teams. And yeah, which we should be beating anyway.
And we had to cheat. Don't forget we had to cheat because Ryan Sterling's a cheeky bastard. Had to cheat to fall over. And we celebrated it. We cheated. We cheated to the final. And if you've got any troubles, come and email me. I'll tell you to go stick it up your ass. Right.
Oh my God.
I'm not racist. It could have been Harry Kane falling over. You don't cheat to win a football match. Did you hear someone arguing with me? You can't. Black Lives Matter, so you can't be racist. I'm not being racist. I just don't like Ryan Sterling because he's a cheating football player. He falls over. Nothing to do with it.
I'm related to him, and I can say that. This guy's.
People tried that with me. They said I'm racist.
That was deep. Yeah.
No. They said, "Oh, you're racist." I went, no, not racist.
Nah.
He falls over. Harry Kane does the same thing. I pointed out to Harry Kane.
90% of the England team do it. Like everyone does. The Italian team did it.
Yeah. Now, if I said it's because he's a black player, typical black player, he fell over, then yeah, come get at me for that. But when I'm saying, yeah, he's a cheater, that's because he's Ryan Sterling. And that's what he does. He's a cheat. He's a great.
He uses his speed. That's very smart. He uses his speed.
No, he's
any kind of touch. He's like, oh.
Yeah, but he's a gifted footballer. He doesn't need to do that.
Yeah, he doesn't need to.
He's a big man. He can stand up on his own 2 feet. You dumb fuck. If you're listening, Ryan Sterling, fuck you. Anyway. Try and roll that into Black Lives Matter. Right. Anyway. Sorry, I'm on it this week with sports people and everything.
Jeez. We jump into mine. Ben goes off again. We jump into mine real quick.
Drop in the mic.
Weird football, man. Football. But yeah, here we go. So my first pick, I got Dr. Death. That's how I go right now. Dr. Death.
I was having technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, guys. Got technical difficulties right now.
Dr. Death. Who's Dr. Death?
Check it out. Joshua Jackson of Dawson's Creek and Fringe fame. He stars this show. He's basically playing a real life character, which is based on a true story of basically a doctor who literally did all these spinal surgeries and just damaged people, either killed them, made them quadriplegic, or just literally just damaged their lives, like in general, just destroyed them. Any spinal surgery just destroyed them.
Yeah.
They came in contact with, yeah. So that's literally what the show's about. That's like the main plot of the show, where his name is called Christopher Dunch, and he's like this hot shot spinal surgeon. From time to time, you see him do flashbacks from how he got to that stage, how he became a hot shot. And throughout this show, he's thinking he's the big guy. He's like, hey, no one can tell me anything. Even the people who hired him, he thinks he's even better than them because he has all these theories of stem cell research and all these things that he's got in his mind, because he's a great analytical man. But at the same time, he can't physically apply that to the highest level of his mind. You know, he has a problem, but it's never really stated what he actually has, because he's just not good at his job.
It's because he never got the go in Dawson's Creek. Is that the joke?
Oh my god! Here we go.
I don't know what Dawson's Creek is, but he's.
Oh, here we go. You know what Dawson's Creek is. Dawson's Creek on the great show of all
He
time.
looks like an alien with his forehead. He's got a massive forehead.
Yeah. So everyone knows Joshua Jackson. His wife's Amber Lynn, the black Amber Lynn. So that's his wife in real life. But yeah, just trolling Dawson's Creek. But yeah, but Dr. Deathman is what, like 8 episodes. It's like a mini drama. So good. It's got like top actors in here. It's got Christian Slater. It's got Alec Baldwin. They're like, because Christian Slater and Alec Baldwin, those two characters, they're other doctors that's within the same hospital as him in the present day. But during the flashbacks, they're literally trying to stop him. Just like from getting all these jobs and from damaging other people, because they've seen his work and they're like, oh my god, this guy's a butcher. This guy's carving people up. The thing is, he's taking parts out of the spine that he shouldn't be taking out. Apparently, he thought was a tumor. He just ripped something out the back. He don't know what he's doing. He's looking in there. He's like, what? Oh my god, it's crazy. It's crazy. So then they're literally going around, Christian Slater and like Baldwin's characters. They're going around to all these boards, trying to get him fired. Going meeting all the patient's parents or relatives that he was dealing with in the past, to try and stop him. And no one can do nothing about it. All these higher up people, these firms that he was working for. So that's what he did. He damaged people. He'd leave, go, nah, they're not worth my time. Go to another hospital, do it there, move again, and go, oh, okay, I need more money, or you need me here because I'm the top surgeon. And for some reason, he's getting all these accolades, all these references, these high firms, and they're not like prosecuting, not putting anything against him, not suspending him, not nothing. Because he threatens them and goes, yeah, I know people in high places, and people that want me in their firm, and then they're not doing anything about it. So every time they go to them, it's like, oh yeah, I can't say anything, NDA, can't say anything. You know, that kind of thing. They just stay stum, you know. Fraser's in this show as well. He's like his mentor in the show. Fraser, yeah. So he's there. Kelsey Grammer, he's there. And he's literally the mentor of Christopher Dunch, Joshua Jackson's character in the show. But at the same time, as the show's progressing, he's getting worse. He's starting to slip up. He's starting to slip up now, yeah, because people start to clock on, because afterwards he starts to get fired. He's getting fired from all these places. So the last point, he just gets fired from his last job, and he's done. You're like, yeah, he's finished. You're out here. You're done. You're done. Too many stuff's going against you. We can't have you on our books. So then, flash forward, he's an older guy now, and people have started to sue him now. All the people are starting to band together, because Christian Slater and Baldwin's characters started to band together, get all these people to build a case against him. So then, all this is happening, yeah. At the same time, we start to see this God complex throughout this whole show, and I love it, right? This guy's oh my god, this guy compares himself to God. I was like, oh my days, because I'm God. He starts going to Ric Flair rant, wrestling reference one again. I'm God, I'm the man. Woo! Starts going to rant. He just starts going to full on Ric Flair, elbow dropping jacket rant. He just starts just going off.
Dear God.
I love it. He just starts going crazy. He compares himself to God. He's like the best. I'm the man. But at the same time, He's got a wife that literally hates him. He's got a little baby. Because that's where he met her was in a strip club because his best friend was in strip clubs and that. So that's where he met her in the first place. So he's always trying to convince her to do nursing degrees. She didn't want to do it. She just wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. He resents her for that because to help him with his business when he was starting out. And then there was another nurse that who's got a doctorate degree from somewhere else. She came in. She starts to sleep with him. And then this whole kind of dynamic is a little sub-dynamic that's going on in the show as well, where and she turns against him as well. She gets a restraining order against him. So this is the show's descent of his mind just breaking down. He's got holes everywhere. There's like a nurse that starts to see him and goes, "Why is your scrubs got holes in it?" Because this guy is he's just so slack right now. He's so stressed, and his whole thing is just you see little things here and there. So the way they edit the show and direct is so well done as well. It's just stellar, and he has got a best friend in the show, as I said before, who helps him with marketing, and he never really treats him that well as his best friend, but at the same time, because his friend's got a bad neck from football back in the day. And he goes, "Oh, you're the best, man. I want you to fix my neck. I want to be the first thing," because when he's first starting up his firm, he wanted to be the first one that he fixed up. So he goes, "Okay, just fix me up, man. You're the best." And even Josh Jackson's character, like Dr. Christopher Dunn, she didn't want to do it. He was like, "I don't trust myself to do this, to do a neck surgery." I'm like, I don't know, but I'm gonna do it anyway because he's my best friend. So then he did it, and then this guy couldn't move from the neck down. He couldn't move, bro. After he did it, he was quadriplegic. Like he did it once. The thing is, what made it worse? He did it once. Little feeling in his his right arm, left leg. He had little feeling here and there. It was like minimal, partial movement. But then he goes, "Oh man, I want to do it again with best friends. Just help me fix it." Because he started to blame the other nurses. That's what he did. He blamed everybody else except for himself. So then he did the surgery again, and then that's when he couldn't move. I was like, damn. The whole thing was just like savage. But it just goes to show where even at the end when they sum it all up, the show where all these people with all these cases, nothing gets solved. People always get away with stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? Like high up people who can't be touched, who always protected because their firm doesn't want to look bad. So that's the whole point of the show where happened in real life as well. So, but it's still even going on now, like cases like this where people still get away with stuff like this. And it's still going to be going on, and it's going to be tough to stop because people who run hospitals, they're like the high society people, so you can never really stop them. They're like the top echelons of, you know what I'm saying, the world so far. So yeah, it's a good show to watch. Entertaining show, but pressing is that sometimes as well. But it's really good show. Dr. Death. I think you can watch it on Sky.
Okay.
So Sky, I think Sky's picked up like over here in the UK. You can just watch it. I'm over there.
Dr. Death, calling Dr.
Yeah. Because apparently the original actor who was supposed to play him was Jamie Dornan. You know Jamie Dornan, the 50 Shades of Grey, him. Yeah. So he was supposed to be Dr. Death, but something happened and he replaced him. He substituted COVID.
I thought you were going to talk about Dr. Death, Steve Williams. I'm like, what?
Dr. Death. No, not that Dr. Death. No, that.
He's dead, bro.
He's like, what the hell? That's what Dr. Death for? He's like, what? But
I thought Troy lost his mind, ladies and
gentlemen. Not that part. I ain't lost my mind that, but yeah. So that's my first pick. And my second pick on this one is Cruel Summer. I don't know if you heard of it. It's called Cruel Summer.
Cruel Summer.
Yeah, Amazon original. So good. Oh my gosh.
Why is it so cruel then?
Cruel Summer. So basically, the show is about this girl called Jeanette. This nice, geeky, kind, just wholesome young girl. And she's got a nice family. She's got two friends, girl and boy, and they just go around just like having fun, just causing chaos at the same time. But she's a nice chaos. Just going around having fun, taking pictures, going to the mall, watching movies. But it's as the show progresses, she sees a girl called Kate. She's the cool kid. You know what I'm saying? She's a cool kid that everyone wants to be around. And she wants to be her. Because you know this kind of story. She wants to be the cool kid. So yeah, she wants to be the cool kid. And she goes, hi. She goes up to her and goes, hi, my name's Jeanette. No, then the awkward entrance, and the kid goes, the cool kid goes, yeah, hi. But she ain't so bad as the other two. But like, the mean girls of the school or of the town. So they kind of get like a semi friendship. So it's not a full friendship, like a semi friendship as this is going on. This guy obviously
Sounds like fun.
yeah, he's cracking me up. But yeah, so at the same time, she's literally starting to slowly get away from her original friends, their geeky friends, you know what I'm saying? So she's trying to get into the cool group at this point. But at the same time, it flashes forward again. So it's basically set between 1993, 1994, 1995.
Nice.
So then you just see the months start to go on, but it's still those same 3 years. This is the
boy.
timeline's going like this. Yeah. It's got flash. This is the show. It goes flash, forward.
Sounds like
flash,
a naked direction. Flash.
yeah. It's crazy, man. It's like the flash, but you have to keep up.
That DC crossover you never knew you wanted.
That's what I'm saying. So literally, the way they do this is it's so dynamic. It's very original how they do it, because it's like, if you have to keep up, else you're gonna miss what the heck's going on, because the timelines, and they do little subtle things where you know what timeline you're in. So but they do it back to front, because usually when they show a flashback scene, it's really dark and grainy, or dark and bleak. But
this is what Fringe used to do so well.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
because the titles will tell you what universe you're in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's amazing when a show can do that, and you can just tell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
really
so
good stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's like something like Fringe as well. When you went back in time, it was like a different like color scheme. So that's what we might like in Fringe would be like sepia tone or something like, if it was like something like in the futuristic or another like alternate universe, something like that. But in this one, dark and bleak is like literally the present day, and the bright and hopefulness is the past, because that's when she was like literally all nice and butter wouldn't melt, you know what I'm saying? She's the geeky girl, just having fun with her friends. And in the present or future, in terms of like the story, she's like she shot hair, she dyed her hair black. She's angsty, she's like literally just depressed because something's happening right now. I don't know because the show is so good, man. Mike, this show is so good. But the thing is, because I literally saw this the other day, and I was like, I'm like 5 episodes in, so there's like 10 episodes overall. And right now, bro, I was like, I'm looking into so much of these teen shows, you know, these teen shows. It's got me hooked. I'm not gonna lie, from first episode, it's got me hooked, you know? And I was like, teen shows don't really get hooked like that in first episode. Usually, you have to kind of go episode, kind of like 3-4 episodes in to kind of get into. But this one just got me straight away because it's so complex. Because it just goes straight into the future. It's like, okay, she took Kate's life, yo. She literally took over her life. Because Kate, the cool girl, got abducted by this assistant principal, who came into town. So at the same time, she's been captured this entire time. But at the same time, Jeanette, the geeky girl, she got rid of the braces, she got rid of the glasses, started wearing the contacts, looking all nice.
Yeah.
And she took her boyfriend. She took her friends. It's like the same. She literally took over Kate's entire life.
You took everything from me, motherfucker.
You from me. You did. You took my life. You took my friends. You took everything. But yeah, so that happens. But at the same time, Kate, she gets out. She somehow, someone finds us. The captor gets killed, and she comes out.
Yeah.
At the same time, Kate just goes she goes off. She kind of goes and she tells everyone, okay, she's all depressed. She goes on news outlets, and then she goes, Jeanette saw me when I got captured, and she didn't say anything. So that's the kind of narrative that's going on throughout this entire show, where she's saying Jeanette could have saved me while I was there because she saw me, I saw her. Yeah, and she never said anything because she wanted to keep the lie going of like her taking over her life. You know what I'm saying? She wanted like to be the cool kid. She got the cool friends. She got the cool, and then she got a boyfriend. She got everything. As I said before. So at the same time, Jeanette's just pleading the case like, no, I wouldn't do that. I'm not that kind of person. What do you think I am to her friends? And her friends start to doubt her as well now. Her original friends are like literally, and it kind of shows the future where she her female best friend, she's gone. She's with Kate now. She's literally her friend now. The other friend, the boy, he's literally gone off doing his own thing. She's kind of distant from everybody else because the whole town is literally turned against the whole America is turned against this woman. Against this girl, little girl, yeah. I'm like, oh my days, the whole America, it's like cars is getting spat on, getting vandalized. The parents are getting crap for it. And at the same time, her mother looks like she exhibited a similar kind of behavior that she did when she was younger. Because she wanted to be the cool kid too. She was kind of the outsider is in a way. And I was like, oh my days, she's kind of exhibiting the same shit. Because she kind of explained that even Kate's mom kind of goes, I think all this time she always wanted to be me as well. So even from like generation prior, she kind of had the similar undertones that she did from now, which is more extreme case. But at the same time, it still stemmed from the mum as well. The obsessive personality where they do anything to fit in with the cool kids. They'll do anything. So that's basically what is kind of trickled down to the daughter. And it's so good, bro. I can't explain how good the show is.
I would love for you to watch a show that you absolutely hate one week and just slam it.
Trust me, that's gonna happen at some point.
I don't think you've ever talked about a show that you don't love.
I think I have. I can't remember what episode it was. I think I did. I can't remember what episode it was.
But I like
There was one that literally I was like, oh, it's trash. Though, like, you could watch it, but it's like,
It's good for me because I can be the dickhead on the podcast.
Yeah, I've been it a couple of times, but it was rare, like twice, like the early days, really early back in the day.
Well, okay, so I want to talk about the Olympics. Like, so there's good stuff now about the Olympics again.
Before I finish, yeah. Dr. Death, Sky, Cruel Summer, Amazon Original. There you go.
Lovely, done. So, Sky. Oh yeah, Sky, the thing, the new show called Sky. So that I have enjoyed watching because normally the big five is Australia, Great Britain, America, China, and Russia. Love Japan smashing up that top five into a new top six.
Japan, bro.
I mean, they've done really well.
Yeah.
It's just such a shame the BBC haven't shown any of it, except for iPlayer. But no, I mean, a lot of our American listeners, I just want to. America's got a confidence. And I think like America always dominates at Olympics. They haven't done as well as they normally do.
Yeah, not as well as they usually do.
No, and I've found the more cocky the athlete, they don't get a medal. It's been quite funny to watch. The cockier the American, you're not getting a gold medal. Their look is like, huh? But there's a lot of good Americans that are just like really, hello, hi, cool, relaxed. They get the gold. Not to Americans, don't be too cocky because then everyone will want to see you lose. Not all Americans are like that, but I've enjoyed watching all those cocky American athletes that are like all thinking they're the shit. Not
they got flipping gutted this entire Olympics, man. America got gutted in this their flags, man.
I'm not enjoying it, but there were so many cocky bastards on that team this time, and I thought, nah. You know what? After Donald Trump and all this cockiness this last 5 years, I mean, I love our American listeners, and our American listeners I've spoken to are very pro-Trump and like they love their country, but they don't like the cocky side of it.
Yeah.
And a lot of Americans, like I think our country is too smug as well at the moment. I think there's this problem in the UK as well, where we're being a little bit too, we're a great country, fuck all you. And I don't want that. No country should have that attitude.
Yeah.
At all. I just find it quite funny watching Americans not get a gold medal. But I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the skateboarding. Children won the skateboarding.
Oh yeah,
like children, not men. Children, not women, children.
Yeah.
Scary. Japan's skating scene is nuts.
That was mad. That was all my days. My favorite, probably my favorite sport this Olympics has probably been has been sports climbing. I loved it. Sports climbing. Literally, I was watching Eurosport. I went back and I was like, watch the combine because they like literally put all the events together. I went back Eurosport, went to find those actual sport climbing stuff, and I was like, oh man, it's amazing, bro. You had speed, bouldering, height. Oh man, climbing. That was tight, bro. It was tight.
What sport am I, Troy?
Table tennis, yeah. Table tennis is always tight. It's always tight, but that's the fine.
I find it funny, and my wife's gone, no, that is what every tennis. I couldn't stop laughing because the camera would always focus. Can I just shout out to the American commentator for the BBC on the table tennis? Really excited.
Bro, he was lit. Yeah, he was the best commentator the whole Olympics.
Was it on Eurosport as well?
Yeah.
Oh, and I also want to give the skateboarding, the BMXing team props as well.
Thumbs up.
They were on it. They were like really like fanboying. It's like watching a wrestling fan about wrestling. Oh my god, what spin!
The guy just picked the picture up. Yes.
And what I love is they weren't just doing it over the British lot, they were doing it over every skater, and that's how you fucking do it.
Yeah,
that's how you do it.
That's how you cover it. That's why I love the sport climbing stuff, because the English people, like, they even care. They'll show it everyone. I like
that's it. There are a lot of commentators that I want to give props to in the BBC who just decided to fanboy over everyone, not just the British athletes.
That's how you do it, though.
That's how we do it. Oh, also, since we last spoke, there's been some great news. Jodie Whittaker and Chris Trimble are fucking off Doctor Who next year. Yes.
Yeah.
Chin Balls is also going with them. Good riddance. Maybe maybe we can save the show.
Oh, there we go. Oh man, but we've got to replace him. That's the problem. Oh my god.
I mean, like, I'm so happy, but it's another season and a couple of specials. I just thought, why are you getting the David Tennant treatment on the way out? You don't deserve it.
Yeah, it's like, why is she getting so many seasons? What the heck?
Just like go Whittaker, go.
Just go. Just look at the stats.
Chimble's going. That's the biggest thing. So I'm just going to give the next Doctor Who writer, season 14, a tip. It was all a dream.
It was all a dream.
The Doctor knew he's a Gallifreyan. The Master was lying.
Let's go full loss.
Just fix it. Just fix it. Make him a man again, and just get back on with what you were doing, please. We could just pretend that Jodie Whittaker era never happened. Peter Capaldi transforms into someone else.
Yeah. It was the last one.
Just have it. Or just have Peter Capaldi regenerate into Joe Martin, and it was all an awful dream. Just do this again. Call it season 11 again. Just wipe out the Jodie Whittaker era and just have Joe Martin be the 13th Doctor and forget everything happened. Please.
Oh my god.
Because, dear God, I'm so glad. But I'm not watching it. I refuse to watch the ending of it.
Yes.
I'm not watching it.
I don't feel nothing for it. If she transforms, I feel nothing for it. Like, there's nothing.
No, I mean,
she'll be so they'll make it all depressing and going, no.
I mean, a lot of people.
I would not care.
A lot of people want to watch her go. No, a lot of people normally would watch the end of it, but a lot of people have said, "Oh, you're going to watch it, aren't you, Bernard?" Doctor was like, "No, I'll watch it when season 14 starts."
Yeah.
I want them.
No, they'll show a flashback anyway when the new season. If the new
show's going to fall off a cliff anyway. I'd be surprised if they get 10 people to watch this. It's almost under 2 million. That's with iPlayer viewings as well. Like, they normally try and do the iPlayer additional, but it's even with iPlayer, it was under 2 million at the end of the season. That's embarrassing. That's disgusting. This is such a state. Peter Capaldi had 7 million people after iPlayer viewings in a week. There's a lot of people watch on iPlayer. So that's 7 million. How have we got to Jodie Whittaker? They were like, hold on, wait until the iPlayer comes out. And every time the fans that were defending it, the few that are left, they were made to look like idiots because the consolidated numbers would just come back and it would be like 1.9 million together with the live views. They're like, it's failed. You've lost your audience. You've lost 80% of your audience. 90% of your audience is gone. So,
oh my god, the only reason why people have the description of BBC anyway is because of Doctor Who, bro. That's it. They're gone, bro.
I don't know if it's going to be able to survive this season or if the BBC would just
scrap it.
I would give it 5 years and bring it back.
Yeah, do the original series. You know what I mean? It's like take a break, long break, and then just bring it back, like, modernize it.
Don't do your PC bullshit ever again. Just do Doctor Who, make it a fun show. Don't talk down to people. That's all you've got to do. It's not hard. It happened.
Too much preaching going on, man. Too much preaching going on, bro.
Yeah, it is. But I thought we'd celebrate that because I saw it and I just screamed yes. Because Chris Chibnall leaving is making me happy because that's the bit. That's the writing needs to improve. You can get rid of Jodie Whittaker, but if you just get Chris Chibnall still there, it's not going to change the show.
Nah.
I need to see change.
Honestly, I want to see someone radical like just take over, man. Just like someone with like fresh ideas, bro. Just like something different, man.
People say Mark Gatiss. No, I want someone that isn't part of that little Moffat fan group.
Yeah, they need to go. The whole crew needs to.
Chris Chibnall's part of that.
The whole crew just gets scrubbed, wiped away. Like
The whole Russell T Davies, Stephen Moffat fan crew need to go.
Everyone needs to die, bro. Everyone needs to die ASAP.
Everything. You need a new look at it.
Yeah.
You need someone that is our Doctor Who fan but hasn't written for the show before. It needs a complete revamp to come back because it is tired.
Yeah, that show is just like on the last legs right now. It's dragging its feet right now, bro.
It was still fun when Moffat was writing it. It's just they picked the wrong guy all along. Like,
yeah,
it's gone. Tara's bounced off about half an hour ago.
Yeah,
she's gone.
Yeah. So that's to go to win, guys.
Next week is our space special.
Yeah, space special. Yeah, space. Space was lit. That was so surprised. I've never watched that show until literally you said we go like because I've watched like fractions of it, but nothing like the whole thing until recently. So good. That show is so good.
Because everyone talks about Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, and I'm going to say this next week. I'm always annoyed when they do Channel 4 best comedies. Space is never in there.
After watching Space fully, bro, that has to be in there. There's no way that shouldn't be in like best TV show.
The British public are stupid in England, but you knew that. But it was the first one of the adult comedies before Father Ted and all that. It was the first one on Channel 4, ITV, before the IT crowd in between his peep show, all that. That was the first one. And it's recognised. Everything else gets recognised. And it pisses me.
I know, this was it. And the thing is, and I'll tell you something right now. The way they edited and directed and shot that show, that pioneered so much stuff that you see even today in America as well. America, there was a movie that I watched the other day. Was it Wales Within, one of these popular comedy movies, I mean, that just came out and it's very popular now. It's like it's a cult hit at this point. It came out this year. And the way they the shots, none of the quick cuts, bah, 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 bah. Simon Pegg started the whole thing off, bro. He started the whole trend off.
Edgar Wright did that. Edgar Wright's the director that we should praise.
There we go, Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
He started the whole trend off. Simon Pegg, all them people. They pioneered so much stuff that you see like right now in film and TV.
Ant-Man would have been good with him.
Yes.
It was a bit shit without him. But basically, we're going to talk about that next week with someone with T in their name. Or maybe both with T in their name. Or three people with T. Maybe. So it's goodbye from me.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. So, where can
we go? Oh, plug your stuff. Plug the stuff. Almost forgot. Plug it.
You plug it. Where we can find you, boy?
Well, for me, you'll find me at Legend of Old 101 on YouTube. Do pop culture stuff, man. We do a few reactions out there. Anyone with a rockhead, love the Nightwish crew out here. Been from the beginning to present. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm in the middle of it. So I'm doing stuff like that. So hey, I do all sorts, bro. I'm everywhere. I'm all rounder, bro.
I've been listening to the Nightwish backlog recently. So the only good album is Once. That's it.
Hey, Century Child. I think Century Child is the best album, but Once has got the banger on it.
The only good album is Once.
The men's song.
They had one good album in them, and even that's half decent. Anyway,
wow.
You didn't have to go and watch at Wembley Stadium as they played a didgeridoo, Troy. They've gone right up their own arse. Anyway, so it was a free ticket, but it was awful. Worst birthday present ever. Anyway,
wow.
I would have preferred to go a fucking One Direction concert. Anyway, so if you want to send an email, send it to bengilman98.com because at the moment we don't have access to our other email account.
Yeah.
follow, like us on Spotify and everything, and just leave a review. It really helps. Anything else?
No, just like, share, subscribe, guys.
Go and find our Facebook group, Tara's channel. Everything is in the links below.
Yes.
We will be back next week. It's goodbye for me.
Goodbye for me.
It's goodbye from Tara.
Thank you, Tara. Right. Adios.